Hi, I'm Sam Kerr. I'm a group manager of product here at GitLab, and today I'm going to be walking you through our new product analytics capability that's being released. I'm going to cover a couple of things. I'm going to talk a little bit about the problems that we're going to be solving and the use cases we're focused on with product analytics, walk you through some of the initial capabilities that are going to be coming as part of this release, and also walk you through a small demo application to actually show you what it looks like. One of the things we talked with a lot of our users and a lot of our customers about was once they deploy an application, how can they understand how users are engaging with that application? Are they able to successfully use the new features, new functionality that have been shipped? Are they struggling with anywhere? Are they seeing the adoption that they would expect when new releases go out? Previously, this has been kind of a hard question to answer. You've typically had to rely on tools like surveys to engage with customers. You've had to have direct conversations with them. And these are really powerful ways to engage with your audiences, but it makes it very difficult to understand what the entire population of your users is doing, what they might look like, and how they engage with the app. And especially if you want to be able to see that in a more timely manner, it's very difficult to do that. And that's why we wanted to work on adding product analytics to GitLab to help you address some of those problems. So as part of this release with product analytics, we're going to be focusing on a few different things. We're introducing capabilities for you to add instrumentation to your own applications. So you'll be able to start tracking when users use different parts of your apps, when they use different features of the application, and understand what those user journeys look like. We're also going to be providing the ability for you to run the infrastructure necessary to collect all this information yourself. We're going to be providing reference architectures, reference Helm charts so that you can quickly get started. And we're also going to be providing the ability directly within GitLab to do visualization of that data, do reporting on that data. We provide several built-in dashboards and screens to do so, as well as really powerful ways for you to build custom visualizations and reports for your own needs and your own questions that you might have of your data. So with that, let's take a look at what product analytics actually looks like. We'll jump into a quick demo here. So if I go ahead and share my screen, I'm going to be showing you a very, very basic web application, and you can use this as a proxy for your own application. So all this is, it's a simple one-page app, and it has a single button on it that sends click events. So let's go ahead and click this a few times. And you might look at this as a web application that has much more advanced functionality, but it doesn't have to just be web applications. We also support applications written in Python, Ruby, JavaScript, or C#. So if you're using any of those common languages, you can use product analytics. So now that we've looked at the application, let's actually look at the source code of it and see how it's using product analytics. So I mentioned that we're providing the ability for you to instrument your application with product analytics. So let's see how that's done in this index file for the app. And really, this is going to boil down to a few very simple steps. The first one being you need to include the product analytics SDK in your application. This is provided as a script file that you can include like so. You have to define the API and the SDK keys that we're going to provide to you, as well as the destination for where you want all this information and the events to go to. And then you have to actually add the instrumentation code to the features of the app. So in this case, we're instrumenting two different behaviors. We're instrumenting page views. So whenever a user visits this website, that'll generate a page view event. And whenever they click that button, we're tracking this and creating a custom event called click whenever that button element is going to be clicked. So now that we've seen what the basic application looks like, let's see how this actually looks with product analytics. So if you go under the Analyze tab on the left sidebar, go to Analytics Dashboard, you'll see all of the different dashboards that are available with product analytics. We provide two of these that are built in with every project, and these have these created by GitLab tags on them. The first being audience, which helps you understand what the general user population you see looks like, and behavior to see what sort of actions that they're taking. Let's go ahead and take a look at the behavior dashboard to see what's in there by default. So we can very quickly see that we're able to see the number of page views for the application, as well as the number of events that have been collected by it. We can also see these views plotted over time. So you can see that yesterday was a huge day for this application. We had a lot of people checking it out. And we also had a lot of different events being generated when that happened. If we scroll down, we can also see some of the top pages that were used in the application. Since it was a single page application, and it was just a very basic hello world. This is just going to be this slash URL for the root, but if you have a more complicated application, you'll see those here instead. You can also very quickly see what the last 30 days looks like, or define a custom range for whatever you're wanting to look at to understand how your user population behaves over time. Maybe you just put out a new release, and so you would expect a large spike in usage where you didn't have a feature, you introduced the feature, and you see lots of users starting to adopt it. And we think this is really powerful because being able to see what your audience and their behavior looks like out of the box helps you get started very, very quickly. That said, we know that you're going to have a lot of custom questions about what your data looks like and specific things to your business application logic that you might want to visualize. So we do provide the ability to also build custom dashboards. I'll show you one that I've built called Demo Dashboard. And so what this is showing is I've created two visualizations on it, one to show custom events. So I can see those click events that were created. Have happened 124 times. I can see an unnamed event of some sort has been created 76 times, and then they add up to 200. But so let's say I wanted to do something a little bit more complex than this, or this doesn't exactly meet what I'm trying to look at. You can very quickly hit the edit button. You can add a new visualization. Say we'll want to talk about page views or sessions. You can add those to your dashboard. You can drag and drop these. You can resize them. This GUI-based approach to dashboard design, we think is really powerful because it helps you iterate and explore your data very, very quickly. That said, what's really exciting about how these dashboards are defined, these are all backed by a YAML file. So let's take a look at that right now. So if we go in our .GitLab directory, we look at the analytics directory, dashboard, we can see the demo dashboard that I was just showing you. And this is all going to be defined in YAML. This is very, very powerful because one of the things we learned from other solutions that are out there where the only way to engage with them is through a visual editor, it makes it very difficult to collaborate with other people on your team. It also makes it very, very difficult to understand how things have changed over time. With GitLab's approach for how you can use YAML files to define your dashboards and visualizations, you can leverage all the power that you get with managing code with Git. You can create merge requests to manage this file. You can see the history of who's made changes to the file. You can really customize everything either visually or using this YAML file. So whether you're more comfortable with those visual sort of editors or code-based editors, GitLab Product Analytics can support both workflows. Another thing I also want to show you that we've been building is our visualization designer, because we know that some of the pre-built visualizations we provide are very powerful, but they might not meet exactly what your needs are, especially when you start doing more customized pieces of data and customized instrumentation. So what visualization designer is intended to do is let you to very quickly create new visualizations. Let's give this one a title, My New Visualization. Let's say it's going to be a column chart. You can also pick line charts, data tables, or a single statistic. And you can select from a number of different options for how to engage with your data. Let's say I wanted to look at our event data a little bit more closely. So we can see that it's very quickly going to show us all of the events that we've collected. But let's go ahead and group those. Maybe I want to look at this on a daily basis instead of the standard grouping. And so we can very quickly see that this is what our data looks like on a daily basis. Maybe this isn't super easy to read though. So let's go ahead and group this instead by a weekly basis. Now, this is great because we just created this new visualization. We can save it. But just like dashboards, all of these visualizations are also backed by YAML. So you can look at the actual code that's going to be generated. It's shown here in JSON form, but it's going to be saved as a YAML file. And you can use the visualization designer to quickly make new visualizations. And then if you need to, you can go back in and make changes to the code once it's actually been saved into your repository. So let's go ahead and save this visualization. I'll show you what that looks like. So our visualization was saved. We'll go back to our repository. Everything's going to be in that .gitlab directory. So it's going to be under this visualizations folder. And so we can see that right here, my new visualization was saved as a YAML file. And just like we could with dashboards, we can now do any sort of customization to the YAML code here. We can collaborate with our peers. We can look at the history of it. And this is going to automatically update that visualization anywhere it's been used in any of the different dashboards that it's been added to. And so that was a very quick walkthrough of a demo application that's been instrumented with product analytics, as well as some of the power and capabilities that you can do with product analytics in terms of visualizing and exploring the data that's been collected for that application. We have a lot more planned in this area. I encourage you to check out our product roadmap, check out our product direction pages, as well as reach out to us in an issue. We'd love to talk to you more about what we're doing in the space, as well as get your feedback and hear what you think. Thank you so much. Have a good day.